Hi friends, my name is Steph Joe and I am here today to show you how to give yourself French braid pigtails. So once you've got both sides parted out, making a nice part right down the middle. Mine is probably sloppy, but that's how I like it. So we're just gonna let's start with one side. I'm taking one rubber band. My hair is kind of thin at the ends, so I don't need a thick, heavy-duty hair tie. Whatever you use will be just fine. And then if your hair is really long, I recommend looping it into like a little bun type situation. All right, so running your fingers through, making sure it's not total tangles. And then we'll go ahead and get started. I'm gonna start mine really close to my forehead. I'm gonna take a nice part. And then I'm gonna take that part into 3 sections with 2 fingers right in the middle of that section of hair and make 3 equal strands. I'm gonna take one in my right hand, first thumb finger, the other middle strand goes into that same hand, middle finger. This strand stays in the opposite hand, okay? I'm gonna take the first strand under the second and then grab it with the other hand and pull it underneath strand number 2. I'm going to straighten strand number 2 out and then take strand number 3 underneath strand number 1 and grab it with right hand or first hand. And then this strand over here, we'll call this strand 3 now since it's in this position. I'm going to take it and a tiny section just behind the section that I started with. And I'm just roughly grabbing any amount. And now I have a thicker, bigger strand. I'm going to straighten out that hair as much as I can. Then I'm going to take strand number 3 under, strand number 1 here in ring and thumb under strand 2. Grab it with the opposite hand. Here we go. Now this strand in position 1 now is going to join a small section that we're going to add. Straighten that out. Okay. And this is going to grab section 3 from underneath section 2. Now we have a new section 3 over here. This is going to grab a small new addition, okay, making strand 3 thicker. And strand 1 is going under 2 into that other hand. We have a new 1. Moving on, taking a new section, making strand number 1 a little thicker. Underneath, grabbing 3. Now I have a new 3. More thicker. Underneath, grab it. Moving on. Thicker. Cool. Underneath. Now the tighter you pull each strand, the tighter your braid is going to be. And this is an inside out braid basically, meaning you can feel your braid on top of your head. So connecting each little section, growing it bigger as we move down until there's no more left. We're almost there. continuously taking strand 1 under 2 into the other hand, and then strand 3 under 2 into the other hand. So here I'm at the bottom, I'm grabbing all the hair into the last strand, and I'm going to braid this tail up. Now as I braid it up, I'm going to pull my braid down towards my neck, behind my ear. If you don't do it that way, the braid kind of sticks out kind of funky, goes back in a weird position. So braiding position 1 under 2 into the other hand, 3 under 2 into the other hand, 1 under 2, 3 under 2, 1 under 2, back and forth. Moving meditations. This is also good mindfulness practice. Being mindful of where our fingers are, where our hair is. Alright, I'm almost back up to the end. You can go as far down as you like. I'm gonna go ahead and stop there. Pinching it at the end of the braid, and then taking your other rubber band, you'll need 2. You're gonna start to wrap it around the end of your braid until you can't wrap it anymore, making sure that it's nice and taut so your braid doesn't fall out, unless you want a nice loose braid, and then I would recommend keeping everything nice and loose. But there's your French braid. We can do the other side. So just like we did the first side, get out all the tangles, and then you can look in the mirror and see how far back you started. Try to make it as even on side to side. It's kind of thin, so a little bit more. All right, 3 equal sections. And take your time with that, because that's your starting point. You want it to be pretty even. All right, so section 1 under section 2 into the opposite hand. Section 3 under 2, which is new 2, into opposite hand. Good. Now, section 3 is gonna grab from behind more hair. Just a little. Okay. Grabbing section 1 under 2 into new hand, and then section 1 gets more hair under section 2 into other hand. Moving on, grabbing from behind, more under new hand. All right. Now you can navigate where your braid is going to live by pulling and tugging. Okay? So if you want it closer to your face, pull it in. If you want it further away, pull it back. Position 1, under 2 into the other hand, position 3, under 2, into the other hand. It's almost like you can just scoop it and grab. You want to make sure you get all the hair from behind you. Almost done. Now I'm going to pull this down behind my ear, make it tight. I think the dirtier the hair, the better. Easier it is. Get those hairs to stay. Especially if you do want a tight braid. If you want a nice, loose, easy-going, flopsy-mopsy braid, those would be nice after some nice, clean, dry hair. So you gotta make sure each braid is the same length. So if you sit in front of your mirror or your camera, sit up nice and tall with a nice long spine. In your Sukhasana, easy seated pose. And then just give it an eyeball. Don't spend too much time trying to make it perfect, because nothing is ever perfect. And that's a good thing. There's always room for improvement, and change is always good. Now, if you notice when you get your braid and they're kind of uneven, you could either say it's fine and leave it, not worry about it, or you could take the longer braid out and move that rubber band up. It looks like it wants to go up maybe a finger or two higher. You can put that rubber band higher and then let the rest of the braid just fall out. But I'm gonna leave it because it's fine. So here's my hair. This one looks like it's maybe a little bit looser, but that's okay, because I can take my fingers in each side and pull on the braids, pop them out some, give it more of a three-dimensional effect, spread it out, make it looser. There you go. Braids.